All right. So let's just quickly tonight just settle into our meditation posture. So just go through, if you're sitting in a chair with the feet on the ground, just make sure they're not hanging at a weird angle. So you might want to put a cushion under your feet. Otherwise, just sit in a quite a relaxed cross-legged position, and right hand in the left, the thumbs touching. Maybe raise your coccyx slightly and the shoulders over the hips, and lengthen the spine. So you just imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from your coccyx all the way up through the crown of your head. Imagine someone is lengthening your spine. Head is slightly tipped forward. The eyes are down as if you're looking at a spot in front of you, about 2 inches ahead. Now relax the jaw, tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Really just make sure your chin is not tipped up or back. So your chin is slightly down, head slightly tipped down. If your chin is back, if your head is up and there's a crink in the back of the neck, this causes agitation in the mind. So head slightly tipped forward. And not too far forward, otherwise you're just going to fall asleep. So bring the mind to the breath. And let's just go to the crown of the head and relax the crown and the forehead and the eyes, back of the eyes, the nose, the cheeks. Relax your mouth. And your chin. The ears. Just imagine if you were to go inside the inner ear and relax inside your ear. And then just feel what's happening with your face as you're doing that. And let's go to the back of the scalp. Relax the scalp, back of the neck, shoulders. And if you have any injuries in your back, any tension in your back, just send some light there. Just some kindness. Then go to your throat. Relax your throat, your chest and your belly, arms, hands and fingers, legs and feet and toes. Bring the mind to the breath. Just notice this slightly cooler air as you're breathing in, and then slightly warmer air as you're breathing out. If there's any sound in your environment, just allow those sounds to be there. Try not to go towards them, push them away. And then you have thoughts arising and falling. So just allow them to abide and disappear. Try not to judge them. As we make just a motivation for this evening's meditation. So bring all the people in your life into your meditation and just think that they're all the same in their wish to be happy and their wish to avoid suffering. So we develop compassion for them, the ones we like, the ones we love, and the ones that have harmed us, and the ones that we don't take terribly much notice of. So just think there is no negativity that cannot be purified. There's nothing we've done that's completely impossible to purify. So that's it's kind of a relief for some of us. So we create negativity with our mind. So we're going to create positivity with our mind. We're going to counteract it. So first of all, the first thing we do in this practice is the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything that you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and all our past lives. So you can think of something specific that perhaps you've done today. And it can also be something that you didn't do, something that you could have done, that would have made a difference to someone, but you decided out of laziness or complacency or just whatever, you decided not to do something. So in a way, that itself can potentially create negative karma. So our minds are very tricky, so we have to be careful. So the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma, and we experience everything good and bad due to our past actions. So having harmed others, we're necessarily going to experience suffering in the future. And we don't want suffering. We already have enough of it, and it's already really uncomfortable and difficult. So the logic, therefore, is to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen into future suffering. So think, I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, broken my vows. And so those of us who have tantric vows, bodhisattva vows, and me, my nun's vows. So any of these vows which we've either just forgotten, maybe we didn't recite our bodhisattva vows one day or one morning, or they're somehow degenerated, or we don't even know what they are, we just took them. So we just regret from the depths of our heart by not taking this lightly. Sorry, by taking these precious vows that we've been given, we take them lightly, we disregard them. So we regret that. And so you think, what can I do about this? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. So the first in this section is refuge. So we rely upon, we return to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods that we can use to purify. So we're not asking Buddha to fix us. We're relying upon his methods. So visualize Guru Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. So imagine he's your guru, or your lama, your teacher, your trusted mentor, manifesting in this aspect for your benefit. And you imagine he's made of this blissful, radiant white light, sitting cross-legged on a lotus. He's this brilliant, beautiful, very youthful, radiant face. This is lotus-like eyes, long eyes, and these are peaceful and full of love, non-judgmental thoughts, compassion for you. There's a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot, and his arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right, the left holding a bell representing wisdom, the right holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two, symbolizing enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. And also remember he's wearing these beautiful robes of the kind of the royal style, with jewelry and silken robes sort of flowing in the wind. Just imagine this is all radiant light, like a hologram. So to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So here, the second section is developing compassion. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings. It makes sense. And so in this case, the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. And here you can bring to mind all the people in your life, the people of your life. Think of people that you've harmed recently, and then perhaps people that you've harmed in the past you can't remember. And remember those who have harmed you. It's a bit more difficult to bring them to mind, but you just try, because the harm they've given you, your karma's finished. Their karma's just beginning. So we must purify for all their sake. So the third of the four opponent powers is the power of remedy. So this is the actual medicine, the doing of the practice of purification. So the first is the purification of the body. So Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sends this powerful white light, nectar, coming out of, sort of quite forcefully coming from his heart, arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely, and keeps pouring in and kind of forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you've ever done to any living being with your body in this form of inky liquid. And it pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempe Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Membe Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempe Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempe Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So now be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is completely purified. I think that there's no way you could do anything but be of benefit now to others, for others with your body. So the next is a purification of speech. And Guru Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart, and it arcs around and enters you quite strongly through your crown. It fills your entire body, and this time it forces up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, and this overflows and disappears into space. So imagine that all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and the lying and talking about other people behind their back and getting other people to agree with you about all their faults. And this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempe Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempe Yata Sawa Kama Sitame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabala Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dina Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So again, just rejoice. Feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine that it's not possible to do anything other than be of benefit to others with your speech. So the next is a purification of the mind. So Guru Vajrasattva very compassionately sending powerful beams of laser light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown chakra and fills your entire being with light. So just remember the analogy, it's such a sweet one. When you walk into a room and you switch on a light, it instantly dispels the darkness. So in this case, just in the same way, just as the light from Guru Vajrasattva's heart hits your heart chakra, the darkness of the negativity of your mind, all the attachment, the neediness, the anger, violence, depression, resentment, bitterness, jealousy, any grudges we might have, all instantly dispelled, not one atom left. So as we recite the mantra, Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Siddham Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta Mebawa Sawasidi Mempi Yata Sawa Kama Sutame Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anarakta meba sawasidi mepe yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mudza vajrabawa mahazamaya sata ahum pe om vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita dita mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mepe yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mudza vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. So again, rejoice, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of our own suffering, and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are totally purified and gone, completely disappeared. And think there is now no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So now, this time, imagine we're going to purify the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. So just imagine Guru Vajrasattva sends light and nectar. And you can either do, as I say every time, the 3 previous visualizations, either all at once or one after the other. Or if that's kind of too busy, just visualize light or visualize light and nectar, whatever works for you. But we're just kind of getting rid of the very, very subtle imprints of negativity from our mind. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa anarakta mebowa sawasidi mepi yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame muza vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mepe yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mepe yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mepe yata sawa kama sutame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mepe yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mepe yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita mebowa sutokaya mebowa supokaya mebowa Anarakta mebowa sawasidi mepe yata sawa kama sitame sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva ahum pe. So feel completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. So the 4th step is the power of resolve. Excuse me. And it's a really critical one, this decision that we make not to harm again or to refrain from these negative habits that we have. So eventually we'll notice one day we're not doing it at all. So we just start slowly. We make a determination not to harm with our body and speech and our mind. And so otherwise we're going to just keep following the same old patterns. So this determination, this aspiration to not harm again is like a beacon that guides us. So we make a decision. like I said just a minute ago, we decide. Maybe there's something we'd like to work on tonight. Just decide we'll work on something tonight, one thing before we go to bed. Right now. Maybe for the next, we'll just make a decision now. Maybe for the next 5 minutes, I'm not going to talk about so-and-so. Or I'm not going to play, what's this thing everyone talks about? Something box. Anyway, whatever it is, it's a game that people play. So I'm not going to play my favorite game on my computer that I'm addicted to. I won't play that for maybe 4 hours, something, 1 hour, or between the time I go to bed tonight and the time I wake up tomorrow morning. Just think of something. And then for the things that are kind of difficult, maybe just think about this idea of perhaps trying to refrain. Have a wish and aspiration to refrain. And this determination is what gives us the strength to change. Because unless we make a decision about something, we're not going to do it. So to conclude, just imagine Guru Vajrasattva is delighted with us. And so wanting to merge with your mind, he melts into light, dissolves into you through your crown, completely absorbing into you. And you think, my Guru's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind, the same thing. LAMA YESHE, as I always say, calls this union oneness. And so next, as Rinpoche recommends, meditate on the emptiness of the 3 circles. In emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So just at whatever level we understand emptiness, just place our mind there for a while so we can think of things, all phenomena, as being empty, and that they do not exist from their own side. We can think of things as being dependent arisings. So, for example, this has to happen before that. So things are dependent on others, causes and conditions. And then we think again, maybe the way our body is structured perhaps leads us to perceive things in a certain way. We perceive things differently to animals, to dogs, to birds, sometimes even other people. People who are deaf, or people who are colorblind, or people who have certain different disorders perceive the world differently. So I think perhaps because of that, maybe there is a reason. Maybe we perceive things differently from the way they actually do exist. This just helps us to break down our concrete view of things, the world, people. So dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy that we've created this evening by doing this purification to all living beings, all those people of your life. Thinking may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And let's go straight. Thank you so much, Mary. To His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. For Lamas of Rinpoche, you uphold the subduer's moral way, you serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers, honoring the 3 jewels, savor of myself and others, your disciples. Please, please live long. And then for Lama Ursel, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please, please live long. And then for Geshe-la, beloved teacher, leading your students towards wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path. You are the unequaled guide. Please live a long and stable life. Wow, Mary, thank you so much for contacting me. And thank you so much, everyone, for your patience. And I do apologize for not checking the website and being on top of things a little bit more. Anyway, I will clarify with your stuff what I'm supposed to be doing. So it'll all become clear. Anyway, thank you so much. And I do apologize for and thanks for your patience and lots of love. And you can go to bed now with a happy mind, completely purified. And the best thing about this evening is that I got to do my Vajrasattva practice with you. So I'm really happy for that. Thank you so much. Okay. I love doing it with you.
Thank you, Venerable
Thanks
Katy.
Thank you.